So, I created a video in the car earlier, like I was telling you, before I got in. And I went over the whole spiel as to why we're doing this. So right now, I want to take the time, everyone knows who I am, Kendra Anuli Burrell. And this is Miss Sunny Grayson, is that correct? Graydon. Okay, guys, yeah, I did get her name wrong, but Sunny Graydon. And please tell them the name of your healing art studio.
Pura Vida Healing Arts.
Pura Vida. I think I call it Prada.
It's okay. We've heard Pura, Vida.
Yeah, okay. So basically this interview is just about giving the people a chance to understand why you do what you do here at the Healing Arts Studio, and basically what you offer.
Okay.
So I mean, wherever
it's very comprehensive.
Right. Well, wherever you want to start. I don't want you to feel like this is something that you have to go into like huge detail, but I really want you to just feel yourself and, you know, highlight what you feel like needs to be highlighted to the community.
So I do want to share, Pura Vida is a greeting and also a farewell in Costa Rica.
Okay.
It's the custom that when somebody greets you or when you're leaving, they say Pura Vida. Pura Vida is wishing someone a simple life, a pure life. And, you know, a lot of the time you can't really translate these things. So there's really more meaning to it than that. But as much as we can translate in English, it's pure life or simple life.
I like that.
Yeah. And that's really the underlying theme of what I had hoped to create in Pura Vida. Was that it was the return to the pure and simple way of living, where we're not so distracted in our society and able to really reconnect within and restore that harmony and balance within us.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's funny, guys, for those of you who have viewed my video prior to this, I stated that I'm on my own personal journey to find clarity, to find healing, and so I'm the owner of LightWorkers United, and for me, LightWorkers United is about being the beacon you want to see. And I feel like in order to, I've dubbed myself a healer simply because that's what I hear all the time, and I feel like that's what is centered around me in like my daily life.
You most definitely radiate. You radiate healing, light, energy.
Thank you. So I just, it's 11:11. So I just, so I really felt like I wanted to find a space, find someone that I can connect with. So in being here and understanding that your whole healing arts, it's about wishing someone, you know, the simple life of finding healing, finding balance, and just being. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a place to support and foster your journey, wherever it is, without any kind of judgment of where you've been, where you're at, and where you can really be held in that sacred space of healing. And we do that through various ways. We have several facilitators here. One of them, we have 2 other practitioners, and then we have a whole list of teachers, guides, and facilitators for classes. So we branch out into a lot of different realms, and yoga, as what we were talking about earlier, really presenting yoga in all its forms, not just in the movement-based practice that we see a lot, but really in what the movement is moving us towards, which is stillness, which is meditation. That intent, not just to be very focused, but to have a direct experience with, perhaps you call it God, perhaps you call it the universe, or the mystery there's many ways that we can look at it.
That energy, that presence.
Yes.
Okay, so
the
I
timelessness. I
right.
like that term, your timelessness.
Right. I like the fact that when I walked in, you said that I have like that energy of like, she called me a yogist or a yogi? Okay,
yes.
A yogi. And guys, when she said that, I immediately in my mind went into that realm where I was like, oh, well, I would like to do yoga, but I don't really have time to do it. But I figure so it's like you're saying, I want to like go back to you saying you're teaching people how to practice yoga, but not just the physical movement of yoga, but owning that connection and that breath that you find in doing the practice of yoga.
Yes, the internal union.
And so, I think for me, and maybe there are a couple people that come to mind when I think about practicing yoga. But I've never heard the practice of yoga from how you're saying it. For me and in my community of people, the practice of yoga is, squinching down and finding balance and the chair and all of that. And I think a lot of people probably don't do it because when you think about all of the movements, all of the stretching, and this, and then don't forget to breathe or sync your breathing. So it sounds like there are like multiple levels of yoga.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and
that's awesome.
Seeing yoga as it's a way of life, rather than it being a portion of your day, which, yes, you can dedicate yourself to a specific type of yoga practice like pranayama or breathing, or asana, the movement practice.
Okay.
But really, it's a way of life.
Okay.
It's living from that place of internal awareness, and the breath is, of course, a wonderful way to anchor you into the moment and go into that awareness.
Okay.
But it is much more than just the movement practice or your time at the gym.
Right.
It is something that you take throughout your entire life, and the most advanced yogi is the one sitting on their mat breathing, far more than the one with their leg up over their head.
That is amazing. I personally started this challenge, which I didn't complete, but it's still in process of so it was a 60-day meditation challenge. And to be honest with you, there are parts that were really, really easy, and then parts that are really, really difficult. But I tried to, so my purpose of doing the challenge was to save space for myself, and not just the ego side of myself, or I want to be, hippie, or just this person who could brag about meditating, but really try, because as a mom, I really want to, or I'm trying to practice to respond instead of reacting. And I think a lot, for me, motherhood has been kind of borderline responding and reacting. But because my children are small, I really want to be in that space. I know that I'm not perfect, but I want to be better. You know what I mean? And I want to, in me guiding and loving them, in me taking the time to just honor myself and not be so hard on myself, I think I'm at the right place at the right time. So, yeah, I want to do yoga.
Yeah.
I want to do yoga.
Well, it sounds like you already are.
We'll see.
Being aware of what's going on and how you can adjust to create more harmony within yourself so that you can reflect that harmony in your children.
Okay.
That's yoga.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
For the confirmation. So, guys, I was on her website yesterday. You could give them the website if you want.
It's Pura Vida. That's PURAVIDA -healingarts.com.
Guys, her website is phenomenal. there are so many parts to it that I found myself just like I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Like just reading the words, and I really felt like in going through your website and looking at all of the services and all of the healing modalities that you offer, I felt like I met you through your website before
successful.
I ever met you. Like, you know
Thank you for saying that.
Right. So I found myself, I'm a big person of energy, like, and I've been that way because for so long, I think a lot of things within myself and within my family dynamic was so unspoken that I learned how to communicate and how to survive through the art of not speaking. So for me, life has always been about feeling. Mm-hmm. I'm a feeler. And I felt like it was really important for me to take the time to read your words and to see what you are expressing and what you're all about. And basically, that's really why I'm here. I myself, there are a couple of things that I saw on the website that I want to experience for myself. You know, some of the classes that you do, and, you know, but one thing so when they go to the website, one thing that I found that was really, really amazing was the, I think you call it the integrated healing. Mm-hmm. Is that what that is? Mm-hmm. Okay, so because I thought that was so amazing, I feel like it is a boot camp for anyone who is on a dynamic journey to illumination and enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it, because I feel like people call it different things. Mm-hmm. But if you don't mind, I would really like for you to just explain that, you know, how you feel like you should explain it.
Yeah. Yes, I'd be happy to. The integrative healing program that I created is actually something somewhat new. I have been working over the last several years in accumulating a lot of different modalities to integrate into what I already did as a massage therapist and a yoga and meditation instructor. Okay. And what I found, or what I felt led to do, was provide a more comprehensive healing program for my clients. Okay. And in doing so, it meets the client where they're at. So we do an evaluation process in assessing, you know, where they feel that they are limited in their life. We identify where there are self-destructive tendencies. We identify those blocks around healing, because I think it's important that people understand the difference between cure and healing. Is healing something that you know within you? A cure is something that someone outside of you can say about maybe your symptoms, that they're cured. But healing, you know when you're healing. Right. So it's a process that honors, that does just that. It honors their process. So it can look many ways, and it usually starts from the outside in. We do some integrative massage and body work, and then we move into craniosacral therapy, where we're working with the craniosacral rhythm and the cerebrospinal fluid. Oh, wow. Which taps into our nervous system, which taps into stored trauma in our system, in our somatic tissues. So that can be very deep work into somatic emotional release of trauma that is actually causing those self-destructive tendencies, the belief systems. And then we move into various other things. It's very dependent on the person. It's always completely customizable to what the person is going through at that time, what they need, and then it can evolve into more of energy medicine, whether it be something like Reiki or it be soul-focused healing, which is very precision-based work with light. And it could be sound, or it could be acutonics, which is working with the acupuncture system with sound, with tuning forks. Oh, wow.
You know what? When I saw that, okay, so first I saw acupuncture, and I was like, ooh, needles, and then I saw tuning forks, and I was like, okay, maybe I would like to try that. But you know, so I like that you said that it's customizable, because so I want to acknowledge like the whole Kobe Bryant, some people want to call it a tragedy. Some people, a lot of people are calling it tragedy. And I think that a lot of people, his life and his death resonated with so many people. And so many people are feeling like the cosmic energy behind it. And it's crazy because I have not brought myself to a place where I have spoken about it publicly, or it's really crazy because I don't even know why I have this sense to cry or release. And I think for some people, I feel like my tears or what I feel, that energy, it's not something that needs to be explained. And a lot of people feel like they don't have a space to grieve someone who was so phenomenal. You know what I mean? And I am not crying because of loss. Like I don't feel a sense of loss. I feel a sense of relief, a sense of healing. And as a person who has dealt with the life cycle and the death cycle, I feel like there is like a energy of merging and an energy of healing behind all of that. And I said that to say this. When you said that your integrative healing practice or sessions is completely customizable, I think all of our journeys are customizable. And even between my friends and just people on Facebook, everyone is feeling so much. Like it's massive. And I had to take the time for myself and say, wait a minute. It's not just Kobe. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not just the other people who are on the plane. It's about the energy of healing everywhere. And the energy of releasing everywhere. And I think just this, I feel like Kobe's life and the perceived notion of loss gave us that point of attraction where it's okay for everything to open. You know what I mean?
I like how you put that.
Like it's okay for us to let it out. So the fact that, Sunny is giving us the opportunity to create a place of healing for ourselves, as customizable as we would like it. I want to say to everyone who is affected by this personally, spiritually, emotionally, all of it, that it's okay to grieve however you feel like you need to grieve.
Yes.
I think that this is not like a time for judgment for us, because I feel like the energy behind this hit everyone in the place they were supposed to be hit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, energetically. You know what I mean? Like, everyone is on a different level of healing. Everyone needs different frequencies, different types of alignments to have their healing done. And life is customizable. I like that. I'm sorry, I'm like tears all over my face.
You're wonderful.
But I just, I didn't even mean to bring that up. But the fact that you were saying it's customizable, it just really made me be in a place where I'm saving space for the person who's angry about the death, or the person who is angry about his life, the person who is just rattled with fear or rattled with shock, or all of these different stages and waves that this has brought to all of us. You know what I mean? every single person has been affected in some way. And for myself, I remember when I got the news, I remember the energy that I felt. And like I said, I'm not crying for a sense of loss. I'm crying for a sense of the energy that I felt like passed through me when I heard it, when I felt it. And I really feel like that energy that passed through me also took something that wasn't supposed to be there. So it's like I read something somewhere. I don't know if I could have been on your site. I'm not really sure. This is all happening so fast for me. But I read something somewhere that said sometimes when we're going through a cycle of healing, when that energy blockage or whatever is there, like within whatever chakra system that needs to be released, when it is released, it's released because it's almost as if it opened up a wound. Mm-hmm. And when you have wounds,
it's usually pain.
Right. And so I have a mentor who said, pain is your body's way of getting you to a safe space.
Oh, I like that.
And anytime that I feel pain, I literally hear her say that. And for me, in acknowledging that pain and in acknowledging that energy shift that I felt through the knowledge of Kobe's death and everyone else's death combined, I felt like even though that was taking away, it has given me an opportunity to feel more. So like, it's almost like you said, a wound is opened up. So when you have a wound on your body, everything within your body is, your white blood cells, your red blood cells, all of the heroes are coming together. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's fight infection. Mm-hmm. Let's close up this wound. Let's do all of these things that we know that requires this body to heal. And I think when we remove ourselves from the physical aspect of that and acknowledge the energetic or the soulful or the spiritual aspect of that, and you feel that pain and you feel that hurt, is because all of the love, all of the healing components that are within our universal energies, or all of those things are coming together to customize a plan or a spiritual evolution. Exactly. A evolution and an awakening. So that was great.
If I may speak to what you shared about with Kobe and the collective effect, as you were sharing this with me and having such a tender and vulnerable moment in such a courageous and authentic way, I was really seeing the magnitude mm-hmm. of his life mm-hmm. through his death mm-hmm. as a catalyst mm-hmm. for evolution, for the collective, because exactly I can feel and see that.
Just go in here. Okay. Ooh, this is pretty.
Very simple space.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And it puts out a little bit of heat too.
Oh, it does?
So,
is this like aerial yoga?
We do a lot of different things with the aerial. We do have aerial yoga, mm-hmm. but we do a lot of meditations.
Oh, wow.
And that is a very unique experience for anyone of any experience with meditation. But you think about one of the few times that you feel weightless is when you're floating in water. So this gives you that same feeling of weightlessness. So it's exceptionally good for people with PTSD.
Okay.
Dealing with grief.
Okay.
Because you're able to really detach and separate yourself from the heaviness of the emotions. So we do just a variety of classes, and all of them are based in reminding the person and the body how to heal itself. Like what we were talking about earlier, everything is to return to the pure and simple way of living from the innate human abilities that are within all of us. So the classes, all of them they have some sort of meditation, some sort of guided meditation, but they're all healing and spiritually based. There's no religious dogma affiliated with any of them. All beliefs are welcome, and everything is just a suggestion. It's just guidance. So we do lots of sound healing.
Okay.
Gong, and we have crystals.
Is that amethyst?
Yes.
Oh.
Beautiful amethyst, and selenite.
Selenite. I was going to ask you, I have some of that, but for some strange reason, I always have a difficult time pronouncing it. Say it again for me.
Selenite.
Selenite. Okay.
So we do a lot of sound healing.
Okay.
We have various different teachers. One of them, she is actually a trained vocalist and a shaman. And so she has a drum, and she does drumming, and she'll do what she calls transmissions of the earth to reconnect us with Mother Earth. And again, connecting us with the innate wisdom that is within us. And there's so many different sound healing methods that we use, but mainly it's crystal bowls, it's singing, drumming, gongs, Tibetan bowls. And we use the silks to lie down.
Okay, these? Okay. These are the silks that she's talking about.
And this one's really high. I didn't have it set all the way down for us. So I'm going to hop up here so I can show you. And so we never have people hop up in the silks or glass. They're lowered so you can get them.
Okay.
But you make a cocoon.
Oh, wow.
See?
That is awesome. Now, how much weight does this hold?
So it's limited to 250 pounds.
Okay.
And once you get in here, there's absolutely no pressure points.
Okay.
And you would appreciate this being a doula. We've had pregnant women in here sideline.
Oh, wow.
And it's really comfortable for them because they have no pressure points. So we'll be doing sound as you lay in here. We also have color changing lights. There's one right there.
Oh, okay.
We have color changing lights, so we do color therapy, and we have a class where we have some massage therapists that get underneath and they massage you while you're in there.
Oh, wow. And is this open for pregnant moms as well? Do they do them? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So those really are the main attributes, are connecting within through meditation, and it's a great opportunity if you're someone who can't meditate. It's a good way, a creative way for you to experience that altered state, and to start to create space within yourself to become still, to become aware, and to receive. So I think that covers most of those classes.
Okay.
Of course, if you look on the website, you'll get all of the other information. We do have some asana, kriya, yoga, meditation. It uses chanting, it uses movement, it uses breath. It's really one of the, in my opinion, one of the most potent and activating yoga methods.
And say that again?
Kriya.
Kriya?
Kriya.
Okay.
And we have Reiki. I teach Reiki workshops with initiation, protocol, and how to use it. Various other health and wellness. I mean, it's always changing because the needs of the community is always changing.
I am I see the these are for the chakras, right?
Yeah.
I saw that you also offer a chakra balancing massage. Is that correct?
Well, it's Sometimes it's integrated into the massage.
Okay.
It can be used in various ways.
Okay.
It's just integrated in, but chakra balancing, whether it just be with working with the energy itself, using crystals, using aromatherapy, using lights.
Okay.
So yes, that's definitely available and usually a vital part of the healing process and the integrative healing program itself.
Okay, that is awesome. Okay, so one last thing. I see your chakra mat here, and for people who do not know what this means, can you tell us what these mean?
So if everything is in its base level, its atomic level is energy, little vibrating particles, this means that we too are energy. And we can only perceive less than 1% of the spectrum of light.
Oh, wow.
So our body actually emanates light. The body is actually the only part of the light that we can see from the true emanation of ourself.
Okay.
Of the soul, if you will.
Okay.
So the chakra system is the system of energy that regulates and broadcasts specific attributes about ourselves, specific states of being, emotions. It regulates certain parts of the body, the organs and the tissues, as well as mental constructs. And the chakra system, when it's out of balance, that is actually where you go to first to correct any imbalance, because it's the spiritual seat of ourself. Essentially, that is the spiritual blueprint of what you are. When you are no longer a body, you are your chakra system.
That is awesome.
And so it holds the records. It holds the records and the blueprint for your individual self. For the individuation of your soul or your soul's personality.
Okay. So we have the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plex,
the
sacral, and the root.
And also underneath our feet. That doesn't get discussed very much, but there's also a line that connects us with the earth.
You know what? Sometimes I feel that because sometimes I have an urge just to go outside in my grass and just stand barefooted.
Grounding.
And sometimes I just stand in the sun and let the sun just shine on my face. I don't know, it just makes me feel good.